What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be breaking down some of the best route running from NFL Week 5. We're going to be taking a look at Adam Thielen running this rocker step out route. We're going to be talking about how Adam Thielen stops on a dime and sells a double move, and then we're going to be talking about Tyler Boyd stopping on a dime, and then we're going to be looking at a route here from Chase Claypool. Okay, and guys, if you're a receiver and you want to improve your hands, and you don't have a quarterback to throw you 100 footballs every day, you want to know some of the key things that you can do to improve your grip strength, hand-eye coordination, and repetition drills on your own, check out that link in the description. It says improve your hands in 30 days. Hope to get you guys on that soon. Full 30-day step-by-step program with examples of how to do each exercise. Hope to get you guys on that. Let's get started. So first things first, we're going to be taking a look at this out route against this like outside leverage zone coverage situation from Adam Thielen. And this is going to be a great example of how attacking leverage and a DB maybe keeping his leverage in zone coverage is we can still create some separation on it. So let's watch it full speed. So you see how Thielen, when he comes off the line, attacks his midline straight up, right? DB does a good job of keeping his leverage because that's what he's coached to do, right? But now that's when your move at the top of the route comes into play. So off the line, right? Thielen doesn't just run straight up and try to run this out route. He goes in, he takes this thing straight to Griffin, I believe's midline, right? And if we go attack him on his midline, he's going to do one of two things. He's either going to sit there, backpedal, one of three things. He's going to sit there, backpedal, or keep his leverage to the outside, right? And what he ends up doing is keeping his leverage to the outside, right? Because, yeah, he's got safety help to the inside, obviously. So he's trying to force him to the inside. Don't give up anything over his outside shoulder, right? Or his left shoulder, I should say. So he's standing to the outside. We attack him here, right? So now my goal is to try to really make sure that I sell this inside move because, again, he doesn't have hands. So if I could get him to just stutter a little bit and work my acceleration off this route, I can create separation. This is a perfect example of even when the DBs do their technique right, they do everything right, but we do everything perfect as a receiver, we should still win. The only time a DB should win is if we do something wrong. That's the mindset that you guys got to have as a receiver. So when we come up into this out route, we're working this rocker step, right? I love this rocker step on an out route, a corner route, anything against zone coverage. I love this example. So you see how he goes one, and you see how he throws his head and shoulder fake, selling like he's just going post, two to the inside. And again, he throws his body, and again, where does he keep his toes? Toes are straightforward because the weight's got to be on the inside arch of his foot because that's where he can push, and that's where he can create some explosion back to this out route, right? So if you guys throw your upper half and you throw your hips, you throw your shoulders, and you really turn, and especially if it's off of just a 1-2, and you really sell like you're going post, keep your toes forward so you have some explosion, that's going to get you some space. Now, we're in a low explosive position here. What do we have to do? 3 phases of the route, right? You got stem, energy creation, which is the break, and then acceleration. So stem, we already know. We attacked the guy's leverage. We attacked his midline, got him to keep his leverage to the outside. All right, fine. I throw this 1-2. I get him sitting to the inside a little bit. Now what do I do? I got him off balance. Let's widen this distance. Let's accelerate out of this break because we got separation and we could really run and win back this ball. And that's the definition of winning a race, right? You guys hear me say that a lot if you've been watching these videos, and you hear other coaches say that a lot too. You got to win the race back to the ball. That is the definition of winning the race back to the ball, especially against zone coverage, running an out route against outside leverage. That's horrible. That's like pre-snap, that's a horrible alignment for us. But we know that with my stem, with my move at the top of the route, being a salesman, and my acceleration, if I could just get him to hesitate, I can win this rep. Doing everything right. DB did what he was coached to do, keep his leverage to the outside. But when you do everything right as a receiver, you should always win. Let's watch this thing full speed again one more time. So attacking the midline, throw a 1-2, make sure you sell with your body. If you do this move and you don't sell with your body, you're going to be covered. It's not going to work. You got to be a salesman first. Let's watch it again full speed. So he's coming out here, attack that midline, 1-2, throw that body, make sure we accelerate out and make this catch. So now we're going to be taking a look at another one of Adam Thielen's routes. I think he had a great game on Sunday night. We're going to be talking about how he sells this slant with his eyes, with his speed, and with his hips, okay? So when he comes here and he runs this slant, trying to get this DB to overcommit, what's the first thing that shoots around? His eyes, right? But it's very easy for everybody to say, oh, you got to sell with your eyes. You got to sell with your eyes. But what about everything else? If you just look back for the ball, the DB shouldn't be looking there anyways. If we're being honest, right? If we're being really, should be looking at these hips. But also, if you're snapping your head around, he's probably going to be trying to make a play on this ball as well, right? So you got to commit all three. You got to commit your shoulders, you got to commit your hips, and you got to commit your eyes. You got to do the big three. And then after that, imagine if we commit, like let's say we're trying to sell slant, right? That's what Thielen's trying to sell. Maybe we've gotten them on that a couple times this game, trying to get this DB to be a little greedy and jump this thing. I got to keep the same speed into this slant break. If I don't keep the same speed into it and I don't run into it, I'm just telegraphing that I'm not really running a slant. Ain't nobody breaks on a slant over the middle, especially on the goal line when maybe the quarterback could get out and scramble. They don't break on this slant and they just slow down. They chop their feet and they're just going half speed. Nobody does that because you got to really sell like you're getting the ball. It's as simple as that. And how we're running full speed, how he's able to change change direction, you see how sudden he drops, right? How sudden he just goes 1-2. Drops those hips. Low man's going to win. Make sure we work my hand technique. Swat him by. It's a great job by Thielen. And again, what do we have to do in this situation? So what? We got him to fall. Let's widen the gap. Let's extend this play, or extend the distance on this play, and let's go make this catch. That's a great route here by Thielen, selling this slant route number one by selling with your eyes, right? It's got to be eyes. It's got to be shoulders. It's got to be hips, and it's got to be speed. That's what's going to get you some separation. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. So he's coming off here, breaks, runs to the inside, snaps his thing off, makes sure we accelerate out. Great job by Thielen, great route running. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at Tyler Boyd here. We're mainly going to be talking about how you can sell vertical on this route and how you can create some separation off of selling vertical and running full speed, right? Because that's the misconception. Everybody thinks that, oh, I got to slow down into my break. I got to go 75%. You can run full speed, you can sell vertical, and you can change direction on a dime if you have the proper technique and the proper hips. Okay, so let's watch this thing full speed, then we'll break it down. So you see how he comes off here? Bursts up to the inside, full speed, drops right now, drops right in stride, and you see how much separation he's able to get, because you guys got to realize that in this point where we're running stride for stride with this DB, he does not know, if he commits his hips and he's running with us, he does not know what route we're running. As much as they like to think they know sometimes, that's why DB is such a hard position, and it's so difficult to be a great DB, is because they don't know. They're playing a guessing game 24/7. Every single snap, they're guessing. They're trying to get reads on us. So if you can make it, you guys got to understand, if you guys can make everything look the same right here, and you guys can make it look like you're just trying to run past him and just take him across the field, and you don't give any indicator with choppy steps, you don't give an indicator by leaning your chest back, you make him believe that you're going vertical, or make him believe that you're getting across the field in this scenario like a deep over route, he's going to get on his horse and try to run with you, and he's going stride for stride, and the low man's going to win, right? You see how Boyd's stride doesn't even change. He keeps the same stride, drops right now, and you see how violent he is with his hips. And when you get in this explosive position where your chest is down and you're almost bringing your chin to your knee and you're violent with your hips and you're dropping, the DB cannot react in time, because it's so hard for him to react on a dime, because he's reacting off of you. It's reactionary, right? It's no different than like if you're running full speed on a field and somebody yells out drop. You got to drop right now. It's not going to be easy to drop on a dime, because you're not anticipating it. Same thing with the DB. We're not anticipating it, but as a receiver, we know when we're going to make that drop. So it's important that if you're as violent as you can and you really drop and you're powerful with those steps, you snap, and you see how the weight's on that inside arch, that's where his power is, and we can come back to this ball and accelerate, we're going to be able to get some separation. This is a great route here by Boyd, selling like he's running this deep over route. Again, if you guys want to, you guys do this on a stop route, comeback, curl, whatever it is, if you guys can really push to sell vertical and really make this DB believe that you're going vertical, that's the best way for you to get some separation. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. So he comes off here, pushes up vertical, full speed, in stride, just drops himself down right now. That's a great job here by Tyler Boyd working this route. Okay, so now we're going to be taking a look at Claypool here. And this is going to be, my bad. This is going to be a little bit more like a unique of a situation, a more unique route, because he's going to be working this wide step release. And now we got to understand as a receiver what this defense is trying to accomplish, especially what this DB is trying to accomplish when they have safety help over the middle. That is number one. So if he works this wide step release, which is where you step with this outside leg and you're trying to step outside of his frame to try to get him to move, but he's got safety help to the inside, why wouldn't you play the fade? It makes honestly more sense to jump the outside wide step release than try to stay disciplined on the inside, right? And try to force him to the sideline. So Claypool does a pretty good job here of being able to just get separation, and the quarterback does a great job of getting this ball out on time. That ties together. I don't think the DB played this thing horribly, right? Obviously, maybe couldn't have jumped as much, but why wouldn't you play the fade? Because let's say we got to mind you, we got safety up over the middle. Again, you see how Claypool works this wide step, right? And again, great technique on the wide step by throwing his body there and stepping completely outside the DB's frame. If you guys can step outside the DB's frame, but stay within your frame, you're going to be in an explosive position, and you're going to be in a position to get this guy to move off that platform, right? And again, look, it's very similar to Thielen's release or Thielen's move earlier. His toes are forward because we want to keep that weight on the inside arch so you can drive out, right? Now, when we drive out like this, it's very important that I burst up vertical. And again, he's not threatened by this because he's got safety help over the middle. But if we can create some separation off the line, avoid hands, keep timing with the quarterback, he can get this thing out right now in that very first window. This is like almost like a bang 8 scenario where it's just quarterbacks catching this thing, maybe taking 3 steps, letting it fly or shuffle hitch, or maybe just catch hang. But if we can just create that separation off the line by selling that wide step, great release to use when you know that it's maybe like a 2-man situation, right? Where he's probably going to jump the outside. He wants to force you to the inside. He's got help there. So let's throw my body. Let's throw that step to the outside, and let's try to get this DB jumping to the outside so I can keep timing with my quarterback. This is a great job here by Claypool. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. Great job. Great technique on this wide step, right? And now, again, understanding the situation is so important. You guys got to understand, if he's got safety help, he's probably going to jump the outside, so I'm not probably going to have to take this inside release, right? But that's okay. You should be able to run whichever route you want to run with an inside or an outside release. That's how confident you have to be in your moves at the top of the route. Let's watch it again full speed one more time. So he steps wide, bursts up to the inside, breaks this thing off. Great route here by Chase Claypool. Really enjoy watching this guy run routes. All right, guys, I really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions at all, please leave those in the comments below. I'll get back to you as soon as possible. And again, if you're a receiver and you want to improve your hands, you want to become a better pass catcher, don't have a quarterback to throw to you, even if you do have a quarterback to throw to you, we offer 2 separate different plans within the same program. Check out that link in the description. It says improve your hands in 30 days. I'll see you guys next time.